Ooh. Okay guys, so I'm sorry about that. Somebody is trying to flag down my video. I don't know if it's somebody who's watching it, or I don't know if it's somebody behind the scenes at YouTube. But as you guys know, whenever you talk about topics that don't go with the narrative that they're trying to push, YouTube will try to flag you down. Now let me say this, I don't have a problem with what you do and what you choose to do with your life and how you live it. However, you cannot force people's opinions, okay? You can't force people to change their opinions, and I really don't appreciate that. Hey sis, what's going on? DC, I'm gonna show you a post. I'm gonna screenshot it and then put it on my tab and show you that somebody tried to flag down my video. I'm like, this is ridiculous. In the middle of us speaking, what's worse? You couldn't even wait for the live to end?
Exactly. What's very, very annoying is, I agree with Queen B, you live your life how you want to live it, but what I get really, really annoyed is the LGBTQIA STLNE community basically established a bully pulpit, and basically, they basically are the bullies now. I'm going to call it like it is. They're the bullies now. And if you say or do or feel any way that is not in coherence with what they are trying to do, the message they trying to put out there, that's your ass. And that's basically a bully pulpit. I'm just calling it what it is.
Yeah, they just flagged it. I just showed it to Alonzo. I'm like, somebody just flagged down my video. I couldn't even believe it.
It's basically a bully pulpit, and it's really annoying. I just don't like it because it just promotes a lot of things in the society where it's like, you know, the black alpha male is becoming extinct. And it's really freaking annoying me.
Yeah, and they keep trying to make black heterosexual men the face of everything dangerous, the face of everything terrible.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, Laverne Cox, I don't know if anybody watches Orange is the New Black. She's a trans woman. She's very famous for Orange is the New Black. She said that black women, okay, she said black cis women. By the way, I don't like the term cis. I call myself a real woman or a biological woman. I don't need a prefix before woman. I am what I am. I'm a woman.
What's a cis woman?
That's what they want us to say, cis women, instead of saying real women, because they find it offensive.
Who's finding it offensive?
The transgender women and the transsexual women.
Okay, you want to be called a her, and they're calling you a her, but they're calling you a woman, but because they're not calling you a cis woman, it's a problem.
That's the terminology that they're using. I don't use cis woman. I just say that I'm a real woman or I'm a biological woman, you know, and that's it. It is what it is. If you're offended, I mean, whatever. But it's to the point now where it's ridiculous. Mario Lopez almost lost his job over nothing. And they forced this man to apologize, and I'm like, I wish celebrities would stop apologizing. Because when you apologize, you make that person think that it's okay and they're in the right, and they can move on and do it to the next person.
Bully pulpit.
And it's not okay.
They've established a bully pulpit, and it's real.
It's like you want others to be okay with who you are, but you're not okay with who you are, because here you are trying to make people lose their jobs, flagging down videos, and God knows what else is going on.
I don't know, it's really, really annoying. Like I said, it's gotten to the point where black alpha males are becoming extinct because of this, and that's crazy to me. It's really, really bananas to me.
Yeah, and they continue to blame heterosexual black men for all their problems. They said that, oh, but there are many of them who like trans women, which I do believe that there are black men who do like trans women. I don't believe that they're straight, though, as they claim to be. Oh, yes, sir. I don't believe that they're as straight as they claim to be. There's no way that you as a man can trick yourself into believing that, oh, this is a woman.
My take is very simple. There are a lot of them that's got an incredible amount of work done where you can't tell. Where you literally can't tell. And they will look as womanly as the beautiful, my friend, Queen B, Bianca Brooks, right here next to me. And you literally can't tell. It's one thing for you to be tricked. It's another thing for you to know. So for you to know that the person you're with, you know, was born a man, and you are continuing to do that, as far as I'm concerned, you're still gay. You're gay.
And the thing that
Point
really
blank.
gets me is that why can't you just be honest about your sexuality? If you like trans women, you like trans women. But don't lie to me and then tell me that you're a straight man and then you're not.
Dang, that's one of those 88-degree men.
Just stop calling them
Those
that.
88-degree men. Those 88, 91-degree men. You're a little over here and you're a little over there. You know, 88, 92. It's your kind of guy, right? It's your
No,
kind of
you
guy.
play too much.
It's your kind of guy. That's who gave you that ring, too.
You play too much.
I bet you he was a good 87-degree
You're
man.
funny.
Right?
You're very funny.
Good 87-degree
You're
man.
funny. But on a serious note, yeah, it's like, why can't you just be honest? And then, so a lot of these men, my problem that I have with them is that now, when it's put out there, like a Dwight Howard, I don't like men like Dwight Howard, and I'll tell you why. Dwight Howard is masquerading all around town, up and through Florida. What's the new team that he plays for?
He's going to sign with the Los Angeles Lakers.
Now he's all up and through California doing that too. And it's like, why can't you be honest with yourself? Like, Dwight Howard has like 10, is it 8 or 10 baby mamas?
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
I mean,
and it's like, so you go and you a lot of trans women are sex workers. So it's like you go and you pay this woman for her services, and then you go and you lay down with these women that you have children with, and you don't think that they'll get anything. I always thought that there was something weird about him because he made Royce Reed sign a gag order, and I'm like, why are you trying
well,
to?
I don't disagree with him on that. Because well, you have to understand that was in the birth of the basketball wives. This is the origin of it, and basically, for a lot of brothers, when you're dealing with a woman where, okay, you just had a sexual relationship, it wasn't very long, but you happen to a child end up being birthed from that.
They were together for like 3 years. What do you mean?
Well, I don't know the particulars, but at the end of the day,
But she said it on basketball.
well, she said that. He'll probably say something different.
Okay.
Meaning she'll say it's a relationship to him. He'll probably just say, okay, I was knocking it down for 3 years. We weren't committed.
Right.
And the fact that you end up having a child because of that, he's probably looking at it like, okay, you're not my woman. You never were my woman. We happen to have a child. I can't control what you're doing, but I don't want my kid exposed to that. And I can't knock him for that. That I can't knock him for. I can't knock him for that.
Okay, here's my thing. He didn't make any of his other children's mother sign a gag order. So for me, it was very suspicious. I always thought there was something he was hiding because I'm like, why are you on Royce's case 24/7?
How many other his baby mamas was on the show?
I don't know what his other baby moms do.
To my understanding, none of his other baby mamas have been on the show.
To my understanding, none of his other baby mamas work either. So, you know, I think Royce is the most famous of them.
Because of basketball wives.
Yeah, and like I said, I always thought that was suspicious. I'm like, what is it that you have to hide?
He doesn't have to hide. He doesn't want his child exposed to that. He doesn't want his child put out. A lot of people don't want their personal lives put out there.
Yeah.
Me personally, no matter how much Guru takes off, I'll never do a reality show. Cause
is he with Drea? No, I think his name is Orlando Scandrick. I think he's a football player. I think that's the one. Him and Drea got married in private. You didn't even make a video about that. You talk about sports. You didn't even talk about that. Him and Drea got married. You didn't even talk about it.
Yeah. Some things don't need to be spoken on. God bless them, though. To the happy couple. What?
Oh, okay.
I'm showing love. At the end of the day, I support marriage.
Okay. Because you said we didn't know you could turn a hoe into a housewife. Like, you didn't say congratulations. You didn't say you hope that they have a long, happy marriage.
I do hope they have a long, happy marriage. I genuinely do. But, hey, when your wife has been the person who...
But Orlando gets around town, too. I heard he likes to sleep with women in these cities that he goes to, so it's not like he's not a hoe either. If she's a hoe, then he's a hoe.
I'm not debating what he is. I'm not debating what he is,
but you didn't say that he was a hoe.
It's more natural.
Ah, okay. So okay.
It's more natural.
Right. Yeah. Okay. And he's the one who has the most to lose. Isn't that funny? He's the one who has the most to lose if a woman pops up at his door talking about she got pregnant. If anything, he should be more responsible because he has more to lose.
I mean, yes, he has a lot to lose, and especially dealing I mean, you're dealing with someone, they got paperwork on you now, so you got a whole lot to lose. That could be very, very problematic. Very, very problematic.
All right, but back to what we were saying. I feel like this needs to be a discussion. I am creating a show for Facebook called Unpopular Opinions. I hope that you guys can join me. There we will have discussions with people. Oh, they're shutting off the lights. We got to hurry up. There we will be having discussions that I feel like a lot of people are too uncomfortable to have. And I feel like it's something that needs to be said. But again, I don't feel like black women, it is their responsibility, like Laverne Cox is saying, to speak to black men, all right, to speak to black men about, oh, if you like trans women, if you like trans women, you like trans women. I mean, black women have their own problems to worry
Hold
about.
on. Let me make sure I'm hearing this correct. You're saying you don't think it's Laverne Cox's responsibility to ask for
No,
for
she's
sisters,
saying it's black women's responsibility.
So I'm saying, so she's saying, is sisters' responsibility for the dudes they mess with for her to ask, for them to ask dudes that they fuck with, yo, is this the type of shit you like to do?
No, she's saying it's our responsibility to, ask these men, I guess also not about their past, like, hey, have you been with the trans women? And to basically make it a more comfortable environment to say, like, if a black man, a heterosexual black man is with a trans woman, not to shame them, because she's saying a part of the shame and the reason that these men don't want to go public is because of, real women, cis women, whatever they're calling natural born women nowadays. She's saying that it's our fault because we shame these men for who they choose to be with. And I'm saying that that's not our fault at all.
Listen, it is not.
They feel ashamed. That's not our fault. That has nothing to do with me.
That is not women's fault for the shame that the brothers who are indulging in that kind of activity are feeling. But I think it's only responsible for women of any race, color, creed. In today's society, 2019 is almost over. 2020 is right around the corner, and like we spoke about how the rise of the LGBTQ and the rest of the alphabet. God bless you. I think it's only fair questions to ask. Yo, have you ever indulged in XYZ?
But it's not my responsibility, right? To ask them to try to make other men feel comfortable. Like, you with a trans woman? Okay, yeah, that's fine. Like, I don't care.
No, I agree with you.
You gay in my eyes. You can do what you want to do. But I wouldn't be with a man who has been with a trans woman because simply I'm not comfortable with that. And I shouldn't be made to make him feel comfortable so that I can feel comfortable in return. That's not what I want. That's not somebody who I would choose to lay down with. That's not something I'm comfortable with.
No, I agree with you 100%. I don't think sisters should make brothers feel comfortable. At the end of the day, that is a line in the sand. That's a line in the sand, and I think sisters got to do a better job in totality. I think sisters have to do a better job in totality of actually standing by these ideals that you're preaching, because when you stand by and you're voicing how you want XYZ out of a man and this kind of man and this and this, but then you
everybody's scared. Because if you say anything, people are going to go call you transphobic. And you might not even be transphobic, because the definition of transphobic is someone who's scared of transgender people. And nobody is running around screaming when they see a transgender person at the top of their lungs.
It is not wrong for a woman. Now, you and I joke back and forth about, I've heard me and her and I joke about
cheerleading is a sport, because it is.
No, it's not.
Because I know he's messing with me, right?
No.
I know you messing with me.
Y'all heard me joke about her, and I say she has a 88-degree man or a 92-degree man. I told her flat out. At the end of the day, a right angle is only 90 degrees. Once it goes to 92, 93, 94, it's no longer a right angle. Once it's to 89, 88, 87, it's no longer a right angle. At the end of the day, a woman has a right to demand that she is with a guy who's a right angle. He's 90 degrees. There's nothing to talk about. All women, all colors, creeds, and colors have a right to demand that. If this is what you want, then demand that and stand by that ideal.
Yeah, but people are now being called transphobic. People are losing their jobs. People are being bullied into making retractions statements and whatnot.
See, that's the problem. It's not. I have no issue with people of alternative lifestyles wanting to live their life to the fullest and all the pursuit of happiness that this country is supposed to offer you. God bless you for that. What I do not like and I do not respect is the bully pulpit that they have established, where basically, if you're not kissing their ass, then that's your ass. I do not respect that one bit.
And something else that gets me, I don't know if Laverne Cox knows this, but we as black people, whether it be black men or black women, and whatever your sexuality is in between then, we have bigger problems to worry about than black men who choose to sleep with trans women. Okay, like if you look at the list of things that we as black people have to get done, that's not even on the list. Like, we have bigger problems to worry about. It's like, you're black at the end of the day, and that's the thing that gets me. I feel like some people who are in the trans community, they forget that they're black, and it's like, you doing everything for the LGBTQ community, but it's like, well, what about the black community? It's like, when are you going to use your voice? There are black men who are in jail right now for crimes they did not commit, okay? But if a white man commits the same crime, they just get a slap on the wrist and go about their business. There are black men right now who have had to take plea deals for crimes they didn't commit, but because they didn't want to go to jail and they didn't want to see the case turn left, now they have to take a plea deal, and now they have a record of something that they didn't even do. There are black men right now who didn't take a plea deal, and because they didn't take a plea deal, they threw the book at them and then decided to throw them in prison.
All very true.
It's like, we have so many problems to worry about. There are an astronomical number of black women missing in this country, okay? 64,000 unaccounted for black women. You never see any missing posters for them. You never see them talking about this on the news. Where are these women? There are black men out there who are missing also at astronomical numbers. Laverne Cox, why aren't you using your platform to talk about that? And this is just the bare minimum of things that are going on. There are black women, okay, biological black women, who when they go to the hospital are not receiving the proper care and treatment that they need, and black women are dying at very high numbers in childbirth. We don't have any black-owned hospitals. Not a single hospital is black-owned. When are we gonna talk about that? Like, that's the thing that gets me. It's like, we have bigger things to worry about than this. And then when I see somebody who has a platform, because I have a platform, and as small as it is, I at least try to use it to, you know, move in the direction that needs to be moved in for us collectively as black people. You talking about something else. You have millions of people following you, and you talking about something else. Like, how is this even a priority?
Well, because that's something that benefits her.
Yeah, but it can't. That's selfish, though. That's selfish.
I'm not agreeing with what she's saying. But at the end of the day, her, my man,
Oh, you about to walk on camera?
Where she's coming from? No, you're not. You good buddy. You good buddy. You good buddy.
Yeah.
Like, where she's talking about basically wanting sisters to not make brothers feel bad for dating trans. Guess what? Because she wants brothers to date her because she's trans. That's basically what it is. That's why she's speaking out on that instead of those other issues. That issue seems to be more prevalent to her because of that, instead of all the issues, the real shit that you just stated. Sadly, but that's the way I see it.
Okay, well, I'm going to end the video because it's almost 20 minutes, and I'm not going to lie, I feel like somebody's trying to flag the video because I saw it do a little bit of loop, and usually when that happens, that means somebody's trying to flag down the video, so we'll end this gracefully. I want to thank everybody who's been supporting me. It truly means a lot to me. I hope that you guys will join me for Unpopular Opinions. I will be filming that in a studio with a professional camera. You guys know Alonso will be there because this brother is never scared to speak his mind, and I feel like we need somebody to represent heterosexual alpha males, and so, you know, he can do that. I'm going to end this video, and also, guys, join me on Patreon. That's one thing I like about Patreon. Patreon, you don't have to worry about your videos being flagged and, you know, you being trolled. So join me on Patreon for $1 a month, and I will be creating exclusive content over there and answer whatever personal questions you guys have for me over there. Plug in your YouTube channel.
Urban Sports Guru, all the sports topics, and NFL seasons, NFL season is right around the corner. I've covered that. NBA season after that, we're about to get started.
All right, and thank you guys so much for joining me. I truly appreciate it. I'm going to do a replay of this because I saw that there were comments, but obviously I was looking here and looking there, and, you know, I didn't get a chance to see it. But thank you guys for joining, and make sure you hit that subscribe button.